Today's mission is fueled by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, viewers like you, the National Endowment for Children's Educational Television, and
Delta Airlines. Because learning about geography is a great way for kids to learn about each other, no matter where they hang their hats. Delta Airlines, on top of the world.
I just went 5 minutes without an evil thought. Maybe I'm losing my edge. I better do something really bad. I know. After this job, no one will doubt my wickedness. For this heist, I'll need Mediva.
You beamed me here. I smell a crime. And now it's time to mess up time.
Yes. I'm sending you through the time port to North America in the 1200s. There's something very special I want you to steal.
Donkeys chirping, birdies braying. I like the sound of what you're saying.
Good. This info beam will give you all the details. Now get going.
Time pilots. Mediva just stole something from the past. You've got 28 minutes to get it back, or history will change forever. Initiate chrono skimmer launch sequence. Boot up the chrono computer. Power up the engines. Extend the temporal sequencer. Now, get going.
We're on the case and we're chasing her through history. Chrono skimmer, engines hot. Vile villains, evil plot. Our brave squadron leader will help us defeat her and bring back the loot to its rightful place in time. Tell me where in time is Carmen Sandiego? Stop her crime and solve this mystery. Tell me where in time is Carmen Sandiego? We're on the case and we're chasing her through history.
And here's the time pilot squadron leader, Carmen Sandiego.
Welcome aboard, everybody. I want you to hang on tight because we've got a very big mission, but very little time. So let's meet today's time pilots, starting with Carly Machado. Come on out, Carly. Welcome aboard. And Matt Hornick. Come on, Matt. Welcome to the squadron, buddy. And Aisha Pender. Aisha. Nice to see you, Aisha. Okay. Time pilots, just so you know, we depend on fact fuel to power the chrono skimmer, and you guys will be generating that fuel with your answers. So, each of you is equipped with 100 power points. Let's check in with the chrono skimmer engine crew, shall we? All right. Gilligan had that crew. It'd be longer than a 3-hour tour, I think. So let's begin our pursuit of Mediva. Chief, what's our mission profile?
Squadron, your time target is the 1200s. Destination, the southwest region of what's now the U.S. This was where a group of Native Americans settled after migrating from Canada. They spoke a tone language, which meant that sounds had different meanings depending on whether they were made with a high or low-pitched voice. Single words were thought to have creative powers. These people believed that if you repeated something 4 times, it would happen. Eventually, this tribe became the largest in the U.S., or that's what history told us till now, when Mediva went back in time and whisked away their words.
Thanks, Chief. All right, pilots, for 10 power points, what did Mediva steal? The Iroquois language, the Hindi language, or the Navajo language? Remembering the clues we just heard, spoken by Native Americans of the Southwest, tone language, and language of what became the largest tribe in the U.S. All right, guys, lock onto an answer as soon as you can so we can get this underway. Okay, Carly, what did you say?
Navajo.
All right, Matt?
Navajo.
And Aisha?
Navajo.
You know what? Correct answer is Navajo language. Very good, guys. Starting off on a great foot. And now we know what we're looking for. If one of you today can retrieve that loot and capture Carmen Sandiego, you will win a complete multimedia computer system. All right, guys, so let's go get it back, shall we? Engine room, let's warp to the time of the crime. Okay, pilots, we made it back in time to the 1200s, but so far, I can see... Wait a second. Oh, you know what? That last warp really depleted our fact fuel. That means it's time for us to refuel with a data boost. Time pilots, when I name a fact about the Navajo, the first one to buzz in and correctly tell me if that fact is true or false gets 5 power points. But if you're wrong, you lose 5, okay? Remember, true or false. Navajos make up the largest Indian tribe in the U.S. today. Yes, Aisha?
True.
That answer would be true, yes. Navajo Indians and Union soldiers had horse races in the early days of the American Civil War. This time going to Carly.
False.
Actually, it's true. It is true. Pocahontas was a Navajo Indian. Going again to Carly.
False.
Correct, it is false. Pocahontas was a Powhatan Indian. Jesse James was killed in a battle with a Navajo Indian. This time going to, this time going to Matt.
False.
Correct, it was false. He was killed by one of his own gang members who wanted the reward money. All right, guys, the Apache and the Navajo Indians share the same ancestors. This time going to Matt.
True.
Correct, it is true. All right, guys, great job. You replenished our fact fuel. So, let's see how well we did. At this point, Carly has 110 power points, Matt 120, and Aisha has 115. Very good, guys. And just a reminder, all our fact fuel is verified by Encyclopedia Britannica. Now let's continue on our mission and get back the Navajo language, shall we? All right. Wait a sec. Hey, that sound can only mean one thing. It's the elephant guy. Watch the view screen. What's up, elephant guy?
I just ran through 1868. It's a year when the U.S. government tried to stop the Navajos and other Native Americans from speaking their own languages. See, the president ordered that schools be built to educate Native American children. But these schools forced kids to give up their traditional ways because they said those ways were uncivilized. Kids couldn't even speak the language they grew up with because the government wanted everyone to speak only English. Well, I gotta run.
Wow, what a high-pressure job, huh? Instead of a kick me, I think someone put a stampede me on his back, you know? So, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. All right, pilots, which president ordered the building of schools to educate Native American children? Lyndon Johnson, Andrew Johnson, or James Madison? Remember the clues we just heard at the top speed. Built schools for Native children, 1868, and wanted Native languages abolished. All right, guys, lock on to an answer as soon as you can there. All right, Carly, what'd you say?
Lyndon Johnson.
All right, Matt?
Lyndon Johnson.
And Aisha?
James Madison.
Okay, actually, the answer is Andrew Johnson. Tough one, though, guys. You know, the Navajo language was spoken in North America centuries before Europeans arrived. But now the U.S. government wants to wipe it out. So let's continue our urgent mission. Engine room, let's warp to 1868.
Anybody feel like shooting the breeze?
All right, guys, we made it to 1868, but Medivh just fried our fact fuel. It's time for another data boost. All right, time pilots, I'll give you an event. Your job, buzz in and tell me if it took place in the 1860s or the 1960s, all right? If you're right, you get 5 power points, but if you're wrong again, you'll lose 5. Remember, 1860s or 1960s. General Custer and his men massacre a Cheyenne Indian. Yes, Carly.
1860?
Correct, a Cheyenne Indian camp. 8 years later, Custer and his 7th Cavalry were killed at Little Bighorn by Cheyenne and Sioux Indians, just so you know that. Next, first school to be completely run by Navajos is established. This time going to Aisha.
1960?
Which one?
1960.
Correct, 1960s. Very good. Be positive about that. Be happy, because you were right. Native American activists occupy Alcatraz Island. This time going to Matt.
1860s?
Actually, it was 1960s. They did it to call attention to the mistreatment of Indians. The final treaty is signed between the U.S. and an Indian tribe. Yes, Aisha.
1960s?
Actually, that would be 1860s, all right? In 1871, Congress refused to recognize individual tribes, so no more treaties were made. Finally, the Navajo Reservation is founded. Yes, this time Carly.
1860?
Correct, 1860s. Great job, time pilots. Wow, you've replenished our fact fuel. It's always a tight call, you know? And of course, you know what that means? That means we're ready for time travel. All right, so, hey, wait a second. Hey, the clue finder's locked on to someone later in the 1900s. Let's bring him on board and see if they can help us. Hi.
Horse, elk, lamb, owl.
What? Oh, you're a zookeeper. Hi, I didn't know. You know.
No, I'm Philip Johnston, and I was speaking in code. Horse is H, elk is E, lamb is LL, owl is O.
So that means you said H-E-L. Oh, hello! You said hello!
That's right. See, the U.S. is fighting World War II, and it needs to send radio messages that cannot be decoded by the enemy. Well, I grew up on the Navajo reservation, and I'm one of the few whites to speak the language.
Well, that's great, but so?
So, I convinced the U.S. Marines to recruit Navajo code talkers. See, they take an English letter and convert it into an English word. So, H becomes horse, elk becomes E. Then they or E becomes elk, I should say. Then they take the English word and translate that into Navajo. One code talker sends a message, another code talker receives it.
Yeah, that's great, but wait, I can hardly follow it in English. How am I going to follow it in Navajo?
Bingo! The Navajo code talkers sent over 800 messages at the Battle of Iwo Jima. Not one was decoded by the Japanese. We couldn't have captured the island without them.
Wow, that's an incredible story.
Yeah, it sure is. Well, I better go. Oh, watch out for the bear ant, nut ant, nut ant.
Thanks. Oh, B.A. Banana. Right, of course, B.A. What's the code for broken arm? All right, guys, you know, thanks for warning me. All righty, pilots, tell me the decade. The 1920s, the 1940s, or the 1970s? Remembering the clues we just heard? World War II, the island of Iwo Jima is captured, and Navajo code talkers use unbreakable code. And we're already buzzed in. Great. Carly, what'd you say?
1940s?
Okay, Matt?
1940s?
And Aisha?
1940s.
You guys are a smart group. Answer is 1940s. Very good. And pilots, you know, the Navajos weren't the only Native American code talkers used by the U.S. military. Choctaws helped in both World Wars, while Comanches were used in World War II. But we still have to save the Navajo language. So let's warp to the 1940s. All right, guys, we follow Medivh to the 1940s, but she's about to do some globe hopping, that tricky little. So that means for us, it's time for Global Pursuit. Grab your controls, watch the globe on your screen, and buzz in when you think you know the right answer. If you're right, you get 5 power points. If you're wrong, you lose 5, okay? Here we go. Medivh went to the state which elects a Cherokee Indian to the House of Representatives. This time, Carly.
California?
Correct. She flew to the city where the Indian Claims Commission is established. Yes, Aisha.
Washington, D.C.?
Correct. The commission will help Indians sue the U.S. for treaty violations. Now, Medivh is in the city where the National Congress of American Indians is founded. Yes, Aisha.
Seattle?
Actually, it's Denver. Okay? She hopped to a state where Native Americans just secured the right to vote in the state elections after, yes, this time, Matt.
New Mexico?
Correct. I was going to say after a long court battle. New Mexico was one of a number of states where Indians didn't have the right to vote before that. All right, she's in the state which just got 6. Yes, Aisha.
Oregon?
Actually, it's Alaska. Yeah, the question was going to be she's in the state which just got 6 new Indian reservations, and that was Alaska. All right, guys. Well, you did very well, but what I just found out is Medivh just skipped out of Alaska right before we got there. I'm not sure where in time she is. Hey, she's taking over.
Monkey's tongue and wombat's bone. To 1968, I've flown. Hidden well, because I'm no fool. Where Navajo people opened a school. Wing of bat and eye of vulture. They teach about Navajo language and culture. Some campus buildings have 8 sides, like Hogan homes where Navajos reside. But there's more taught here than traditional ways. From computer classes to writing plays. Right here in the desert of Arizona. Navajos earn a 2-year diploma. Wow!
Yeesh. She looks like one of those totem pole faces, doesn't she? I mean, in a good way. All right, pilots, what is Medivh talking about? the first tribally run community college, first high school in Arizona, or a Native American school on the internet? Remembering the clues we just heard, the year 1968, Navajo tribe opened a school and students get a 2-year diploma. All right, Carly, what did you say?
First tribally run community college.
All right, Matt?
First tribally run community college.
And Aisha?
First high school in Arizona.
All right, correct answer is first tribally run community college. So 10 points for Carly and Matt. All right, pilots, you know, the Navajos are trying to preserve their traditional language and culture, but there won't be a language to preserve if you don't save history now. All right, pilots, we've got to make one final leap forward in time, and that means an ultimate data boost. Pilots, in an ultimate data boost, each correct answer is worth 10 power points. If you get it right, you get 10 power points. If you get it wrong, you'll lose 10, all right? Not everyone knows that half of our states take their names from Indian words. I'll name a state. Your job, buzz in and tell me yes if the state's name comes from an Indian word, or no if it doesn't. All right, like I said, each answer gets you 10 power points, but if you're wrong, you lose 10. Remember, yes, Indian name, or no. Rhode Island, going to Aisha.
No.
Correct. Named by explorer Verrazano, who thought it resembled the Italian island of Rhodes. That's that. How about Mississippi? Going this time to Carly.
Yes.
Correct. From the word used by several tribes for a big river. Arizona. Going again to Aisha.
Yes.
Correct. From the Papago word for little spring. Okay. How about Louisiana? Going to Carly.
No.
Correct. Name for French King Louis XIV. How about New York? Yes, Aisha.
No.
Correct. Name for the English Duke of York. Utah. This time, Carly.
Yes.
Yes, it is. From the Ute Indians' names for themselves. How about North Dakota? Yes, Aisha.
Yes.
Correct. From the Dakota Indians' names for themselves. Oklahoma. Going again to Aisha.
Yes.
Correct. From the Choctaw name for red men. Finally, Pennsylvania. Going this time to Carly.
No.
Correct. Name for Admiral Sir William Penn. All right, guys. Tough round. Let's see how well we did. Carly has 185 power points, Matt has 140, and Aisha has 170, which means that Carly and Aisha are going to move on to the next phase of our mission. But Matt, what a game. You did great. Congratulations, pal. Happy to have you in the squadron. And right now, the Chief wants to say a few words to express our appreciation.
Catching medieval would be poetic justice, and I'm proud you never gave up the chase. As a reward for your accomplishments, I've requisitioned an Acme TimeNet mission pack just for you. It includes a deluxe Britannica World Atlas, this official Carmen t-shirt, the Chrono Skimmer cap with you-know-whose picture in front, a wear-in-time watch, and finally, an Acme TimeNet home gym, better known as the Carmen Sandiego CD-ROM library and board games. They're packed with clues and cases to keep a time pilot in tip-top shape. Congratulations.
Okay, Squadron. We've sent Matt back to TimeNet Command while we stay on board here and complete this mission. You guys ready?
Yes.
All right, Chief, we're ready.
Time pilots, the history of communication is at stake. Get to Arizona in 1968 and grasp the Navajo language. Kevin, you're in command.
Aye, aye, Chief. Time pilots, full speed ahead to 1968. Look, Medeva's got the Navajo language in a cybersphere. Activate the loop tractor beam.
You haven't heard the last of me, Time Pilot.
We have gotten back the Navajo language and have it safely on board. Congratulations, guys. You've completed mission objective #1. But before we continue chasing Medeva, we've got to return the loot to the 1200s. So let's check in with the Chief to get our flight plan, okay? Chief!
Time pilots, you must navigate the Chrono Skimmer through 8 events from the history of Native Americans, starting at the most recent event and finishing at the least recent event. The time pilot who does that goes on to chase Carmen and Medeva along the trail of time. Here are the events on your flight plan. Pocahontas marries Virginia colonist widower John Rolfe. A Native American invents the potato chip. The Navajo language is introduced to the southwestern U.S. Native American activists occupy the island of Alcatraz. The French and Indian War begins. Ben Nighthorse Campbell elected to the U.S. Senate. Christopher Columbus encounters the Taino people. Navajo code talkers aid allies in World War II. That's your briefing time, pilots. Good luck on your journey.
All right, Carly, you had the higher score. You have the choice of going first or second.
First.
All right, in that case, Carly, I want you to navigate this chronoskimmer back through time from the most recent event to the least recent event, starting by picking the most recent event on the board. You may begin.
Activists occupy Alcatraz.
All right, we're going to go to Aisha now. Same thing, Aisha. Pick the most recent event on the board.
World War II Navajo code talkers.
All right, back to Carly.
The potato chip is invented.
Okay, back to Aisha.
Navajo language in Southwest. Nighthorse Campbell elected.
Correct. You've navigated us to 1992. Senator Campbell, a Northern Cheyenne, was the first Native American elected to the U.S. Senate in 60 years. But can you pick the next most recent event?
World War II Navajo code talkers.
Okay, Aisha.
Nighthorse Campbell elected.
Correct. 1992. Can you pick the next most recent event?
Activists occupy Alcatraz.
Correct. You've got us plotted us to 1969. Can you name the next most recent event?
World War II Navajo code talkers.
Yes, you've steered us to 1942. Keep going.
The potato chip is invented.
Yes, you've plotted a course to 1853. Keep going.
Pocahontas.
Okay. Carly, we're going to go to you. From the top, picking the most recent event on the board.
Nighthorse Campbell elected.
Yes, 1992. Keep going.
World War II Navajo code talkers.
Okay, we go back to Aisha.
Nighthorse Campbell elected.
Yes, 1992.
Activists occupy Alcatraz.
Yes, 1969.
World War II Navajo code talkers.
Yes, 1942.
Pocahontas married John Rolfe.
All right, back to Carly.
Nighthorse Campbell elected.
Yes, 1992.
Activists occupy Alcatraz.
Very good, 1969.
World War II Navajo code talkers.
Yes, 1942.
Potato chip is invented.
Yes, you've gotten us to 1853. Can you pick the next most recent event?
French and Indian War begins.
You plotted a course to 1754. Keep going.
Pocahontas marries John Rolfe.
Yes, 1614. Story was later made into a popular Disney animated film. Keep going.
Columbus encounters Tiano people.
Correct, 1492. Keep going.
Navajo language in the Southwest.
Yes, you've saved history, Carly. Congratulations. Wonderful job. Now, hang on one second. We're going to move on in a moment. And Aisha, wow. Batting that back and forth like a tennis match, you guys. You should be proud of yourself. You did excellent. And now the chief has a word about your next mission.
TimeNet is lucky to have pilots like you. In fact, we're promoting you to Airborne Control and Navigational Ensign, or ACNE. Hey, I didn't make up the nickname, but I am issuing you this terrific TimeNet mission pack and a state-of-the-art portable CD player. You'll need it on future missions to listen to secret orders, perform crucial auditory research, and to just really rock out. Great work, Time Pilot. I salute you.
Carly's thinking, I could be squadron leader. Well, you could, because you navigated us back to the 1200s and returned the Navajo language. But right now, Aisha is piloting the chronoskimmer back to the present. But Carly, Mediva, and Carmen are still on the move, and you've got to chase them down, all right? So it's time for us to exit the chronoskimmer and head for the trail of time. Chief, is that a go?
Kevin, I'm energizing the transportal sequencer. Get ready to depart the chronoskimmer.
We're ready, Chief. Look out, Carmen, we're on our way.
We're on the case and we're chasing her through history. Chronoskimmer, engines hot, vile villains, evil plot. Our brave squadron leader will help us defeat her and bring back the loot to its rightful place in time. Tell me where in time is Carmen Sandiego. Stop her crime and solve this mystery. Tell me where in time is Carmen Sandiego. We're on the case and they're chasing us through history.
Hey, Carly, we've made it to the trail of time. We've got to track Carmen through 6 time portals by answering her questions. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, ready, set, go, Carly, go. Follow the engine crew to the first portal.
It's 1630. What are some Native Americans using as money? Gold bars or wampum?
Wampum.
Yes, go on to the second portal, Carly.
It's 1863. Who jails 8,000 Navajos on order from the government? Elliot Ness or Kit Carson?
Kit Carson.
Very good. You got 4 more to go. You've got 63 seconds.
It's 1875. What Sioux chief leads the Battle of Little Bighorn? Sitting Bull or Geronimo?
Sitting Bull.
Congratulations, you've captured Mediva. Keep going.
It's 1945. Navajo code talkers serve at what battle? Iwo Jima or Pearl Harbor?
Iwo Jima.
Yes, 2 more to go. You've got 35 seconds left.
It's 1968. Where's the first Navajo community college? North Dakota or Arizona?
North Dakota.
All right, crank the crank to open the gate. Go, Carly. Keep it going. Keep it going. Almost there, Carly. Keep cranking. Yes, all right. 1 more to go.
It's 1970. Where do Native Americans stage a protest? Monticello or Alcatraz?
Alcatraz.
Yes, Carly, you've made it through the Trail of Time. Congratulations. And you've energized the capture crystal. Now take it, Carly, and place it in the chronolock chamber to capture Carmen Sandiego. All right, Carly, you completed all your missions. You captured Carmen Sandiego and Mediva, and you returned the loot to its proper place and time. Right now, the Chief wants to show you what you've won. Chief?
You've done everything we've asked of you today and earned an A1 mission rating. So, we're giving you a complete multimedia computer system featuring a 28.8 BPS fax modem, 850 meg EID hard drive, and lots of other great initials and numbers. You'll also get a year of Britannica Online, the ultimate interactive info source. Plus, the Britannica CD-ROM Encyclopedia, and the 32-volume encyclopedia set. Why, soon you'll be the most knowledgeable person in history. Time Pilot, I salute you.
Thanks, Chief. All right, Carly, you won the big computer. How do you feel?
Happy.
All right, good. Well, we're happy for you, and we're proud of you. But right now, we've all got to go back to the present. Because at Acme TimeNet, history is our job. The future is yours.
We're on the case and we're chasing her through.
Go,